Yes. So it's Klinger, and well, I was going to say we're backstage. We're in the media area for iHeartRadio, and we're talking with Britt and Alex from Spoon.
What's happening, Klinger?
Hey, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Yeah.
And thank you for the new music.
Thanks. Yeah.
Is this your 9th
Yeah, that's what
record?
they keep telling me.
That's a lot of
album.
records.
Yeah.
And that's a long career so far.
Right.
And it looks as though, well, you're wearing black boots, Britt,
Yes.
and they're very nice.
Thanks.
Your career is almost like that right foot's on that gas pedal. You know what I mean? For real. I mean, Hot Thoughts, the CDs, the record's the same name. I mean, it's such a welcome sound, 2016, 2017.
Right.
And I love it. It's one of those songs that you hear for the first time, and for me personally, I mean, you're just dialed into it, man.
Right. Well, thanks.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Well, I felt good about it as soon as I put the demo together. Yeah. And I remember Dave said,
just let's not mess this one up.
yeah, our producer. We're like, Dave, what are we gonna do
What
this
do we
one?
need to do?
What
He's
are we
like,
gonna do
not
with this one?
mess
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah. Well, I think it worked out, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Thanks.
so.
You know, it's interesting because I feel like for a long time you guys have sort of opened the door for a lot of bands and for a sound that I think is kind of like the staple of Lollapalooza. There's so many different stages, 8 stages here, and I think you guys fit into the fabric now just like you would have years and years ago.
Right.
And I think that's
Yeah. How do we do it?
I don't know. What do you do when you set out to make a record, man? That, you know?
I don't know. We just gotta please ourselves, and and it's hard to please ourselves. We're pretty picky, you know. But we've never really gotten too involved with what is this person going to think, or what are these programmers going to think, or what is the sound of this, and what is the sound of now. It's just not really on our radar.
Do you feel like as a band and the musicians in your band, you're almost like you've got your own little inner circle, and you all are the ones you're making the music for?
Well, yeah. For sure.
Because if you're not really dialing into outside influence, that's the purest form, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're of course super influenced by great music and great artists, but yeah, we're not really. Yeah, while we're making the record, we're just kind of doing it to please ourselves. The funny thing is that as soon as it's done, the moment it's done, we want everybody to love it, but up until then, we're not really.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we ought to put the two together. I don't know.
You know, I love hearing that because we only ever hear the finished product, right?
Right.
When you're finally done and Dave gives the stamp of approval.
Right.
So I remember, you know, the first time I heard Hot Thoughts. I mean, just the way the electric drums come in at the beginning and just, it's just, I don't know. And the record itself, I think, is one you can listen to start to finish.
Yeah, thank you.
It's the way I like to buy and listen to music.
Yeah.
That's what we were aiming for.
I think everybody really likes that. Everybody likes a good, solid album.
Well, is it weird for you to have people buy singles off the record and not the whole thing because you made it as a whole thing?
I mean, yeah, but I'm not going to stop them.
Yeah, of course not. I mean, I get that, but when you
may
make a
not
record...
It may not be the way that we really envision people listening to the album, but, you know, to each his own.
Alex, do you remember the very first person that bought you your very first instrument, and what was it?
I just had a piano at my house growing up, like a upright piano.
Did anybody suggest you play it, or did you kind of gravitate towards it?
This is debated in the household, but supposedly I gravitated towards it.
Well, that's the
the
storybook
story.
ending to it, right?
But then you were forced.
Then I was forced. I was forced for a while.
Got it.
With the timer every day.
And what would happen if you didn't play the entire timer?
It would the time would get increased if I complained about
Are
it.
you being for real right now?
I'm serious.
Your parents in the military?
No. They just they wanted me to do it.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, I think it kind of worked out for you.
It worked
didn't
out.
it?
I can't really complain about it now.
But at the time you were like...
At the time I hated it.
You wanted to be doing what instead?
Like playing soccer or something.
Right.
Yeah. Well, now you can probably play all the soccer you want and do both.
I'm not very good at it.
Okay. Well, neither am I. But so, if we're talking about one instrument that you got as a kid, the very first one, what's it going to be, Britt?
The first gift? I mean, I got an acoustic guitar was probably my first guitar, and it was maybe when I was 16.
Wouldn't it be nice to still have it?
Wasn't a very good guitar.
I'm glad.
I think
you
I
don't
traded
have
it in for an electric guitar. It was back in those days when. Why would I need more than
Love
one
it.
guitar?
Yes.
You know.
That's what I'm talking about. And we're talking about it backstage at Lollapalooza with Britt and Alex from the band Spoon. There's a record out called Hot Thoughts. You ought to go buy it because that's the best way to support bands. It's a T-shirt, it's a concert ticket, and it's the music.
That's right.
Thank you guys for
Kind
your
of
time.
got this figured out, don't
Well,
you?
I appreciate bands, man, and that's how I show my support.
Thanks,
so,
Klinger.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.